Welcome to your first tuba lesson. My name is Jake, and I will be guiding you through the basics of how to play. The name tuba comes from the Latin word for tube, but was also used for an ancient bronze instrument used in Greece and Rome. The modern tuba was first used in military bands and orchestras. Today, the tuba has found its way into every genre of music, from jazz to pop, rock, classical, and beyond. The tuba is your ticket to exploring a vast and exciting world of music. Before we do any type of exploring, we need to make sure our equipment is in good working order. We'll cover the basics of how to assemble your tuba in the next video. Assembling the tuba is pretty easy. You just take your mouthpiece, plug it into the lead pipe here, and you're all set. You might notice that my tuba is a little bit bigger. I have 4 valves as opposed to you might have 3, and my valves are on the front as opposed to your valves might be on top like this. Keep in mind that I will always be playing B-flat tuba fingerings for you, so you can follow along and watch what I do. Let's take a look at the tuba. The mouthpiece is where the sound originates. That's where our air and our buzz function to make every single note happen. The air from the mouthpiece blows through the instrument, down the lead pipe, into the set of valves. You press down the valves in different combinations to make different notes happen. Eventually, the air travels through all of these tubes, round and around, and then eventually out this end, which is called the bell. These parts are called the tuning slides. As you can see, they move up and down, and they're used for more advanced players to help us find better pitch. You might notice if you play for a long time, your tuba will start to gargle. That means that too much water or spit has accumulated in the bottom of the tuba. We press what's called the spit valve or a water key in order to get all of this out. Now that you know a bit more about the parts of the instrument, the next video will teach you how to hold the instrument correctly. The tuba is a very big instrument, so you want to make sure that you hold and support it correctly. I always use one hand on the side and have it firmly in my lap to make sure it doesn't move or slide or fall anywhere it doesn't belong. Have one hand holding, fingers steady on the valves, and bring your mouthpiece comfortably up to your face in order to play our first notes. Your fingers should rest lightly on top of each valve. You want to press straight down, don't smash or press too hard, just push lightly, and the valve should go straight up and down. To create a sound, the first thing you need to do is form your lips into what's called an embouchure. The best way to do this is by simply saying the letter M. Notice how my lips are tightly curled in. From here, all you want to do is start blowing air gently through the small hole in your lips, increasing the air intensity and speed until your lips start to vibrate. I will do it without the tuba first to demonstrate. Now let's try it on the instrument. Pause the video now and see if you can use this process to create a sound without pushing any of the valves down. You might have noticed that you can play several different notes without moving the valves. The 3 beginning open notes you can play are low B flat, F, and high B flat. To play lower, you use slower, warmer air. And to play high, you use cold, fast air. Pause the video now and see if you can produce higher and lower notes just by changing the speed of your air. Let's try to get a low B flat together. I'll play first, and you pause the video and try to match my sound. Do this as many times as you need until it feels comfortable. Now that we've created a sound, we have to learn the right way to start each note. You will always start a note with an articulation, which is created from your tongue. The first step is to say the syllable two. Say it with me 3 times. Two, two, two. Now, let's exaggerate the beginning T like this. Two, two, two. Try it with me. Two, two, two. Now, let's take away your voice and just use your air, like this. Now with me. Let's put that into the instrument and try articulating that B flat we just practiced. Listen to me, then pause the video and try for yourself. One great practice tool is buzzing on the mouthpiece, like this. Buzzing helps center your sound and focus your embouchure. Pause the video now and try holding out a buzz as long as you can. And if you have a clock, see how many seconds you can hold out your buzz. Next, try buzzing up and down through your registers in what I like to call the siren exercise. It sounds like this. See how high and how low you can go. Pause the video now and try it out for yourself. Buzzing may come more naturally for some players, but if you're finding it particularly difficult or frustrating, just try a little bit every day. Over a few weeks, I can guarantee you that you will see big improvements. Some players will form their lips too tight and will have a very tense sound. Others will have lips that are too loose and will have a very uncentered, flabby sound. We want firm corners, a flat chin, and the center of our lips to be supple and responsive to air. I like to think of a trampoline that is rigid on the outside, but bouncy in the middle. Let's talk about air. The quality of your breath will be the quality of your sound. If you want to create a beautiful and confident sound, you need to take a beautiful and confident breath. Our air is like our fuel tank, and we need to make sure that we fill up our lungs so that we have enough fuel to carry us through each musical phrase. Take 3 deep breaths with me, each one bigger than the last. No need to make a gasping noise or tighten up when inhaling. Stay relaxed and loose. Here we go. Let's take our first big breath together. Notice how I didn't make any noise. Again. Notice how I'm not pinning my shoulders to my ears. One more time. Every breath we take should remind ourselves about how lucky we are to be able to play this instrument. Sometimes if your sound isn't quite what you were hoping for, you might find you are blowing too much air or too little air. If you blow too much air, your sound will be like a flag in a hurricane, completely torn to shreds. If you blow too little, your sound will be like a flag on a windless day, hardly flying at all. You have to experiment to find the perfect speed of air and let the flag of your sound fly upright and proudly. Now, you're ready to move on to the first note series, where you will learn your new notes, songs, and rhythms. Take your time as you move through this next series. It may take you a week or 2 or 3 before you feel comfortable with each new step.